Hi everybody, welcome to my brand new series where I'm going to share with you some great coding projects to do in maths lessons. And we're going to start with my very first one that I ever did as part of a maths lesson. And it is a guess my number game. The cat's going to ask us what the number is. We're going to say, I'm going to guess 50, or it's too high, so then we've got to go lower. Now this game, too low. Okay, so I've sandwiched it. Not only is a very simple game to do, it also packs a lot of punch when it comes to the maths involved. We've trapped the number between 45 and 50, and we got it. The number was 47. Now, each time you play it, that number will change, so you can play it over and over again. And you can extend this and make this game quite advanced too. And I'll talk about that a bit at the end. Right, let's get to it. So I'm going to go through this quite quickly, but don't worry, there is a link with the video to get all this information in some slides, so you can go through at your own pace. And of course, you can pause this and read through as you're going along as well. Now, we've opened up a brand new Scratch project, and the first thing that I'm going to do is going to create a variable. And the reason why we need this variable is because every time we play it, we want this number to change. So I'm going to call it mystery number. And I'm going to put, instead of putting the space, I'm putting a little underscore there, and that's because as you get older and you learn more about code, you don't really leave spaces when you're creating variables. So we have our mystery number. Now, every time we click the green flag to play a new game, we want this mystery number to change. So I'm grabbing this one here, and I set mystery number 2, and we want it to be between 1 and 100. Luckily for us, there is a block already in Scratch, which is a random block. So that's going to pick a random between 1 and 100. Nice and easy. Right, so now if we click the green flag over and over, we're getting different numbers. So that's great. So now we need to ask the question, and we use this as a sensing block here, the blue ones. The reason why it's a sensing block is because we're getting input into our code. So we're going to ask, what is your guess? And maybe we should have a starting, something that it says at the start. We might say, guess my number between 1. Okay, so then it asks, what is your guess? And then it waits for an input, so you to type something in. And this is what this answer will be. So whatever you type in, now the code can understand that that is the answer. So now we need to put some logic in. So we need to say if, and we go to the operators and we say if, and we need a greater than, and we'll also need a less than. So I'll pull that out now. Now, you might be able to figure out what we do here with these 3 different blocks. Well, basically, we want to say if the answer is greater than mystery number, that means the number you've put in is bigger than the number up here. Well, that means you've said it and it's too high. So we're going to say too high. And then we need another if block, and we need it to say the opposite. So we need to say if the, and I can duplicate this, and I can duplicate this by right-clicking. If the answer is less than the mystery number, then we're going to duplicate this as well, but we just wanted to say too low. Too low. Okay, so let's try that now. Guess my number between 1 and 100. What is your guess? Now, we know the number is 52. So if I type 50, it's going to say too low. Fantastic. But then it doesn't give me another chance to have another guess. That's not a very fun game. If we only get one guess, our probability is 1 out of 100. We're very unlikely to get it correct. So what we need to do is we need to use a very special block called a repeat until. And we want it to go around the ask, basically the game part here. And we're going to repeat until the answer, and then we need to go back to operators, equals the mystery number. Now, I'm sure that makes sense to you. Basically, it's going to keep doing the game until our answer is the same as the mystery number variable that's up here. Now, we're pretty much finished. The only thing that we need to figure out now is we need to make sure that when we do get it right, that Scratch Cat says something and rewards us. So again, all we need is in here, say, you guessed. Right, so that's the basic code for the game. Let's see if we can get that to work now. So let's make it big screen. We're going to leave this mystery number on just for now while we're testing. So I guess my number between 1 and 100. Now it's changed. That's good. We wanted it to. What is your guess? So say I guess 50. Too high. Good. That's what we wanted. Let's go for 2. Too low. Good. So it understands which one is high and which one is low. And when I say 5, Scratch Cat knows I've got it right. Fantastic. Then we press the green flag and we should get a new mystery number. Now it's not much fun if you can see the number. So we can go over here to variables and make sure we untick this. When we untick this, it disappears. And there you have it. Now, this is a very simplified version of this game. There's not much going on. You can add some backgrounds, add some more interesting things to be said. But that is how you create this game. Just to show you some other variations of the game, this is one I created with a little artificial intelligence robot. So when you play the game, you can see I've added a button in as well. It says, what is your guess? And the robot gives you an idea of what to guess. So we say 50, it says too low. And the robot says, try 75. Too high. And the robot then says, I'd go for a number around 63. Now, I wonder if you can work out how the robot is coming up with those numbers. And then also how you can work out how to create that AI, if you were, in your code. If you want to know more, I'll provide that code with the lesson so you can have a look at how to do that as well. I also added in a score, and in this case, you want to get the lowest score possible. So that's fairly straightforward to do as well. You would just have a variable of a score. So every time there's a guess is being made, you change score by 1. Again, I'll also include that code of how to do that as well. Okay, so the maths involved with this is very interesting. Not only have we been using greater than and less than, which is some basic maths, but great practice, we've also got to think, I wonder what the best guess to make is. Now, most people can pretty much guess that if you're guessing from a number between 1 and 100, you should probably go down the middle because that splits between 0 and 50 now, or 50 and 100. It splits into half. So then the next question that I would like to ask is, well, how many guesses do you need to guarantee that you will guess the number? What's the fewest that you will ever need? Now, you could say 100, which is true. You could definitely, if you go from the numbers 1 to 100, eventually you will get it. So you'll get it eventually, but it's not very efficient. Is there a more efficient way? And if there is a more efficient way, how does that improve our chances? And how quick can we get it? Because sometimes you might get it even quicker. You know, it could be 50 straight away, and that might be your first guess, and then you've managed to score it in one go. But on average, what's our probability of getting it in a certain amount of tries? And then you can test that out with your friends and see if your strategy works. So some really good maths involved with that, involved in averages. We can do some probability work as well, and you can really dig deep into how to use this game. That's everything from me. I hope you enjoyed this. We've got loads more different coding projects to come, so please subscribe and see you soon.